This K&N air intake system is designed to increase power and acceleration by reducing restriction in the intake path. K&N's 69-4523TP air intake fits 2012 Chevy Camaro models with 3.6-liter engines. It has a chrome-like tube finish, and it comes with K&N's famous million-mile limited warranty. The 69-4523TP air intake is not legal for highway use in California or other states adopting California emission standards. Check knfilters.com for an up-to-date list of models this air intake fits and for a list of other CARB adoption states. K&N power testing showed an estimated power gain of 15.6 horsepower at 5,800 RPM, with the 69-4523TP air intake installed on a 2012 Chevy Camaro with a 3.6-liter engine. Actual results will vary depending on the condition of the vehicle, mileage, weather, and other variables. With the air intake installed, we ran the vehicle on the dyno to test sound comparison versus the stock intake. The intake system includes components that have been designed or matched to the needs of these vehicles to produce a safe horsepower increase. Detailed installation instructions are included with this kit. The tools needed for this install are shown. Turn off the ignition and disconnect the negative battery cable. Remove the oil fill cap and then lift up and remove the engine cover. Reinstall the oil cap. Slide the red locking tab back and then disconnect the mass air sensor electrical connection. Disconnect the crankcase vent hose from the stock intake tube. Loosen the hose clamp that secures the intake hose to the throttle body. Unlatch the upper airbox clips, and then remove the upper airbox and intake tube assembly. Remove the lower airbox mounting nuts, and then remove the lower airbox assembly. K&N recommends that customers do not discard the factory air intake. Remove the airbox mounting grommet from the frame rail. Install the heat shield mounting bracket onto the heat shield and secure with the provided hardware. Install the filter adapter into the heat shield and secure with the provided hardware. Install the provided edge trim onto the heat shield. Some trimming of the edge trim will be necessary. Install the provided inserted nut onto the heat shield mounting bracket and secure with the provided hardware. Do not completely tighten at this time. Install the provided silicone hose onto the filter adapter and secure with the provided hose clamp. Install the provided rubber fender washer onto the outer airbox mounting stud. Install the heat shield assembly into the vehicle so the inserted nut goes into the airbox mounting grommet hole and the tab goes onto the airbox mounting stud. Secure the heat shield with the provided hardware. Remove the two screws that secure the mass air sensor into the factory intake tube, and then remove the mass air sensor from the factory upper airbox. Install the mass air sensor into the K&N intake tube, and secure with the provided hardware. Install the provided vent fitting into the K&N intake tube. Install the provided silicone hose onto the K&N intake tube. Install the K&N intake tube assembly onto the throttle body and filter adapter. Adjust the tube and the hoses for proper fitment. Once properly fitted, secure the tube with the provided hose clamps. Remove the 90-degree vent hose from the crankcase vent tube, then install the provided silicone vent hose. Trim the hose for proper fit and install it onto the fitting installed in the K&N intake tube. Install the K&N air filter and secure with the provided hose clamp. Reconnect the mass air sensor electrical connection. Reinstall the engine cover. Some trimming may need to be performed on the engine cover to prevent contact with the intake tube. Reconnect the vehicle's negative battery cable. Double check to make sure everything is tight and properly positioned before starting the vehicle. It will be necessary for all K&N high-flow intake systems to be checked periodically for realignment, clearance, and tightening of all connections. Failure to follow the above instructions or proper maintenance may void warranty. K&N makes products for nearly every vehicle on the road. The K&N website allows you to search products by vehicle or dimension, download installation instructions, view dyno charts showing estimated horsepower gains for this product, and view product details. For information on where to buy K&N products, go to knfilters.com.